Good Monday, everyone. Thanks for stopping by Garden State Weather and GardenStateWeather.blogspot.com, providing superior forecasting for the northern mid-Atlantic region 24 hours a day. I'm forecaster Robert Smith after a fantastic Mother's Day where temperatures peaked into the upper 80s to around 90 over interior sections, cooler with sea breezes right along the coast. And we're going to do another number with temperatures and sunshine during today after morning clouds give way. This is the video forecast discussion for Monday, the 11th of May, 2015. Stepping out the door this morning, clouds of the low variety, some fog across the region as well, reducing visibilities, especially out on eastern Long Island where they're experiencing visibilities at less than or at a quarter of a mile. Conditions over inland New Jersey, Kennedy Airport, 3/4 of a mile in this past hour. Conditions will be improving rapidly as we have a southwesterly flow versus an easterly flow as we've seen the last couple of days, especially on Saturday where the clouds hung in a lot tougher and longer throughout most of the day across most of the region. And this morning, we're finding temperatures in the upper 60s to around 70, already climbing into the lower 70s in Central Park this morning and also at LaGuardia Airport. And this is some 10 degrees or 15 degrees above normal for this time of the morning, and we're going to do it again with temperatures reaching into the mid and upper 80s across the region this afternoon, excepting again along the immediate coastal barrier islands here, the south shore and east ends of Long Island where sea breezes will develop once again. These were some of the max temperatures yesterday. We had temperatures basically in the mid and upper 80s across interior sections, 70s right along the coast, and then the barrier strand islands here in the 60s yesterday afternoon as the wind shifted and the colder ocean water fed in with the differential heating sea breeze effect here, also noted on Long Island and the east end here, but everybody else had temperatures in the mid and upper 80s yesterday, even 90 degrees in a few spots. And as noted, temperature minimums this morning were generally in the mid and upper 60s, which is some 10, 15, 20 degrees above normal for this time of the year. And once again, as the fog burns off, temperatures already rising into the low upper 60s and lower 70s this morning, right at the 7:25 a.m. hour here, to 7:25 this morning, and temperatures will continue to rise over the region during this afternoon. Morning surface chart from WeatherRoanoke.com and Digital Atmosphere Software shows the remnants of what is now Tropical Depression Anna nearing or off around the North Carolina coastline. This is scooting around the exit region, the western side of the ridge. High pressure still in control of our weather and a southwesterly flow today. Meanwhile, this cold front to our west and to our north will be approaching over the next 24 hours. This has been a dynamic storm system as it heads up towards the northern plains into Canada here. This has produced 5, 10, 12 inches of snow across portions of the Dakotas and also into Nebraska and Colorado yesterday. And severe storm reports with tornadoes across this area here and down through Texas yesterday. We'll get into that in a minute. Ongoing this morning is this area here of embedded showers and thunderstorms with severe weather watch boxes already showing up in this region. Impressive late season snowstorm for parts of Wyoming, Nebraska, South Dakota, North Dakota, and Colorado yesterday, where anywhere from 5 inches to a foot of snow has fallen across this region with a dynamic system that produced hail reports, wind damage reports, tornadoes across the Dakotas, Nebraska, Kansas, and on the south side of that, even tornadic activity, wind damage, and hail reports also in Oklahoma and especially in Texas. Storm Prediction Center graphics show the slight to enhanced chance of very dangerous showers and thunderstorms along this squall line here, developing across the central and southern portions here of Texas and Oklahoma, and extending up north towards Illinois this morning with showers and thunderstorms moving out ahead of this cold front upper low here that's moving into Canada. Already today we've had 26 reported tornadoes, wind damage reports 71, and hail 29. This is just this morning alone up to this hour. Large-scale view from Google Mapping shows the tornadic activity being reported across Texas, north and south of Dallas this morning, also in portions of Iowa and portions of South Dakota. These are the tornado reports and wind damage reports that are now coming in over the last 12 hours up to this morning's hour. Yesterday's reports look similar. Lots of tornadic activity across Texas and also portions of Kansas, portions of Nebraska and Colorado yesterday. And the very latest on Anna. Anna is now a tropical depression with maximum winds of only 15 miles per hour. It is producing quite a lot of rain around the Carolina coast, and that will be scooting up towards Virginia and then eventually offshore during the next 24 hours. Due to the fog around the Philadelphia area this morning, there are some arrival delays, about 35 minutes or so, but no other delays across the New Jersey, New York City metropolitan area this morning. We do have some small craft advisories, which are in effect from 8 p.m. this evening to 6 p.m. on Tuesday. And this will be for the dense fog advisory has been canceled, but the seas will be building to 3 to 5 feet. Seas are expected to build to 5 feet by this evening and continue on through Tuesday. A dense fog advisory may redevelop again during tonight into Tuesday morning, and we'll be monitoring for that. Also on the South Shore and east ends of Long Island, there's a marine fog advisory and a small craft advisory in effect. The small craft advisory is in effect from 6 p.m. this evening to 6 p.m. Tuesday for seas 4 to 7 feet, southwest winds at 10 to 20 knots, gust up to 30 knots, and visibilities 1 nautical mile or less in late and early morning dense fog. The dense fog advisory also occurring right now across areas of interior sections of New York's Long Island area, especially Connecticut, Nassau, and Suffolk counties. It will gradually dissipate and slow down during the morning hours, and we're expecting patchy dense fog across the region again tonight. Again, this is for the South Shore and east ends of Long Island and also the southern shores of Connecticut as well. Morning pass of visible satellite imagery this morning shows the low stratus and clouds and fog across the region beginning to break up as sunshine becomes predominant across the region this morning, and already the remnants of tropical depression Anna hugging the North Carolina coast, heading up toward the Virginia Capes and then out to sea. We can see this on the water vapor channel quite nicely with the ridge axis over the top of it. This is still a tropical system, but even though it's a tropical depression, there is still warm core convection here occurring out of the outer banks here of the North Carolina coast, and the sinking and drying air across the northern mid-Atlantic region with high pressure in control. This is our storm system out towards our west, and that will be reaching and moving into our area over the next 24 hours. However, the shower and thunderstorm activity will be less concentrated, and we'll explain why in just a moment. And we can see the dynamics quite nicely on the on the radar composite here as the Anna continues to spin over the outer banks of the North Carolina coast here this morning, with showers and thunderstorms moving offshore, but still concentrated around the coastal plain. And all of these showers and thunderstorms are dancing around on the western periphery here away from our forecast region as sinking air is in place across the region. It's going to be a hot day today for the northern mid-Atlantic and New York City metropolitan area. Here is our storm system with a squall line of showers and thunderstorms across the plains and into Texas, and this is going to be moving east over the next couple of hours, and this will be producing more widespread damage across the region. Every tree and bush and leaf continues to pollinate across the region. The major ones are oak, birch, and maple. The pollen forecast today is at 10.3. That's very high. Will continue very high on Tuesday at 11.3, 11.5 on Wednesday, 10.4 on Thursday, and 9.4 Friday. In other words, medication is going to be a must. Strong May insolation means that basically we're going to be on the high side with the UVI index today at 9. That is on the basically high side, the medium to high side, 8 tomorrow, lower a little bit on Wednesday and Thursday, but still sunscreen is going to be a must. Agricultural forecast for southeastern Pennsylvania and northern New Jersey from the University of New Brunswick at Cooks College and Rutgers. Rainfall amounts less than 1/10 of an inch, but locally higher amounts this afternoon and evening in any shower or thunderstorm that could occur. None later tonight and Tuesday. Winds for spraying. Southwest 5 to 10 today. Light southwest tonight. West to northwest 10 to 20 and gusty on Tuesday. Humidity is 50 to 60% today. 90 to 100% tonight. 50 to 60% on Tuesday. Dew points, they're quite high. 60 to 65% through Tuesday, then dropping Tuesday evening. Drying conditions fair at best today and Tuesday as well. There is some dew as well as wetting and scattered early morning showers during tonight and early tomorrow morning. Light dew Tuesday night. Percentage of sunshine about 40% today, 60% on Tuesday. On the aviational weather deck this morning, we have limited IFR, and MVFR conditions reported throughout the New Jersey, New York, Connecticut, Philadelphia metropolitan area. The stratus continues to develop and spread across the area early this morning. Ceilings range from MVFR and IFR and LIFR across the terminal sites. Continue throughout the morning hours. Visibilities may not lower as much tonight and should only range from 1 to 3 miles. After sunrise today, daytime heating will allow for the low clouds and fog to begin to lift and dissipate through the morning hours. VFR conditions should return by late this morning and continue throughout the day. There is a chance for some scattered showers and or thunderstorms to develop this afternoon. For now, most of the area should be out of this, but for Atlantic City and Millville, the greatest potential will exist for this. If any thunderstorms do develop, they will be possibly brief sub-VFR conditions as expected. Plenty of low-level moisture remaining across the region with additional low clouds and fog possible tonight and Tuesday morning with IFR conditions. Tuesday, the potential for early morning low clouds and fog, then VFR once again Tuesday night through Friday, mainly VFR conditions. Looking right now outside of Newark Airport, it's mild, 72 degrees, dew point 67, that's muggy, humidity 84%, the wind is southwest at 7. We have some fog with visibilities at 6 miles, but that's been coming up over the last couple of hours, and we're expecting VFR conditions after the fog and stratus burn off this morning. For the Philadelphia metro area this morning, it's also very mild, unusually so for this time of the day. 70 degrees, a muggy dew point at 66, humidity 87%, 7-mile visibility and some haze and fog. The wind is out of the south direction at 7 knots. Broken ceilings and overcast conditions, but this will improve with VFR conditions and during this afternoon. Now, the Captain and Tennille back in the 70s saying, "Do it to me one more time. Once is never enough." And in this particular case, we're talking about the weather and not lovemaking. Here is Tropical Depression Anna around the western side of the ridge this morning. This is the GFS forecast into motion. The open wave continues to move its energy off the Carolina coast and off the Virginia coast and away from the region. Here is that big disturbance across Canada now that caused all of the heavy snow and severe weather across the south. It will be moving into southeastern Canada. The St. Lawrence River Valley drags a cold front through the region first thing on Tuesday morning, and that means that the area will be dry slotted with high temperatures basically running in the upper 70s and 80s again on a westerly flow. The low continues to move into southeastern Canada and over Nova Scotia into western Atlantic Canada. A downsloping flow on Wednesday morning as a secondary cold front comes through the region. Drying, cooling conditions, but downsloping means warmer temperatures than what's the MOS model output statistic forecast is calling for. And basically dry conditions for this week coming up, and slightly lower temperatures to near normal conditions, but not by much actually. So it won't be as hot and humid, but it's definitely going to be near to above normal in temperature, but not by much. So near normal temperatures. Here comes the next vestige on the frontal line here with an area of low pressure passing through the Great Lakes by the weekend, and then moisture increasing to our south and west. So it's possible that this possible weekend will not be as dry as earlier indicated. More showers and thunderstorms will be developing to our south and west and could be spotty across the region as we head into the weekend and the early part of next week. Of course, on Monday, the CPC, the central, basically El Nino Monday. So we're going to be talking about the ENSO events that's ongoing. Check the water temperatures out in the Pacific and what this pattern is going to evolve into during this afternoon on Facebook. For everything live, it's Garden State Weather, gardenstateweather.blogspot.com, Twitter, Facebook, and Google+. I'm forecaster Robert Smith. Have a fantastic Monday.